Hey folks, welcome back. This is Lucid, and we're jumping back into our game with Lemuria. We have an interesting turn for you here. I briefly scanned through it, but I haven't looked at it in detail. And it's a bad turn. It's our first bad turn we've had, so that's going to be a little exciting. First, let's start with this, which is, I think, the worst part of the turn. So my thinking here, I was sending in to raid Caelum. I thought he thought that I would go on top of his main fort, but instead he correctly anticipated that I was going to raid him here. So what he has is a bunch of corpse constructs, lumber constructs, and then he has some of these guys. By the way, the player is a very good player, so I'm trying not to underestimate him, but we'll see. And then he has a fair amount of mage support. He's got a lot of these idiots here with dust to dust spam, so we'll see what happens. On my side, I basically just have Bobo, who's ungeared, so if he dies, it's not a big deal. And then a bunch of guys. What I'm expecting to have happen is for his guys to just land here in the middle. Oh, he cast Wailing Winds. I was wondering why my guys retreat. Okay, and that's interesting. I didn't notice that until now. So a bunch of banishment coming out. His guys now land in and get some hits. And I was hoping they would land more in the middle, because I had kind of like a sparse line. So the guys who do land in the middle get killed. But my guys are about to start breaking. And it's actually going to be the guys in the back, I think, which break first. Now, his guys are going to do pretty good, or pretty well. Okay, these guys break, which makes sense. They took a fair amount of damage. But these guys have now broken too, which is not good. And then he has no chance of holding alone Bobo, because there's a bunch of dust-to-dust spammers that are closing in. These guys are on advance and cast spells. And they'll make very quick work of Bobo. Interestingly, Bobo does not have much MR, so they could potentially control undead him too, which would be obviously much worse. And so now we're basically in a full-scale retreat. Bobo's surrounded. And you can see why I was worried about death mages mostly. So Astral is pretty bad, but in some ways death is, I don't know. Astral's worse later, when Soulslay and stuff comes out. But early game, death is worse. For thugs and things like that. Dust to Dust just good. Just really good. So anyway, we got like thoroughly spanked here. So if we look at the total battle report, this is why Lemuria is often considered a weak nation, because you cannot take straight up fights very well. He brought a lot of mage support though, so that's okay. It looks like it was kind of close, and I mean, like, I outnumbered him and stuff, but whatever. He had a lot of mages, so when he brings that much mage support, I'm basically gonna get fucked. Unless I have really good mage support of my own, which I can do. But we'll see. Next up, we have Marignan attacking me here, and I anticipated he was going to attack me, but I don't think I anticipated the amount of mages he had. I knew he had some chart makers, but I didn't see all the diabolists, or whatever you would call them. I don't know. I underestimated the amount of mages he would bring, because he also didn't bring many mages last time. And I have Archchronics here with actually really good gear. Unfortunately, there's just going to be... Solar Rays is what's going to get cast a lot. And it's really accurate, so it's going to be able to hit me even amongst all this crap. So that's not going to be good, basically. He's summoning imps too. The imps are kind of okay for harassing. But you can see the Solar Rays does a lot of damage. And we'll have to look at the spell after. I think it's AP damage. I think it's 12 AP. So it's doing more damage than I thought. We'll have to look at why. So we're definitely getting damaged more than we're regenerating, which is kind of the main problem. So anyway, he just dies. So if we look at the battle toll there, we hardly killed anything, and we lost a lot of gear. Like, if we look at the gear we lost, I want to say it's at least 30 gems. 15, 25, 35, 45. 45 gems. So that was a major, major loss for us. But it could have also been a big victory. We've been winning a lot of battles with the thugs. I just, you know, perhaps it was a little greedy of me. I underestimated the amount of mage support he had. That's really what it was. That's fine. We can kill this, but there's a few things... Okay, we'll watch the rest of the battles, but there's a few things that we're basically taking away from this. This army gets broken here, too. Apparently somebody's told him that he needs to bring mages. But there's a few things we can take away. One of the things... I think that my Centurion makes it out, too. Yeah, he gets off, which is good. I'm not going to be able to kill Bogarus right now. That, I think, is... Like, having a bad turn like this means I can't kill Bogarus. So we're going to get that dream we had, which was we were already kind of letting go of. We're going to get that out of our head, because that dream's just going to cause us problems. But I don't want to give up forts. The main reason I don't want to give up forts, like these forts that are out in Marignan land, the main reason I don't want to give them up is... so here things look like they're okay. He summoned some lesser air elementals, and those are going to sneak their way in and shock me. I was thinking I might should have given him some shock resistance, but alas, I didn't. But I think that's going to be key for raiding Caelum, because that's really what fucks me here, is he's getting stunned, which then makes me take more hits. I actually would have lived there if I had shock resistance. So that's fine. But Itimu's back. And, I mean, if you think about it, what did this cost me? I had no gear on Itimu because I was pretty worried he might die. I killed 5 of his dudes. It's 50 gold. Cost me nothing. Itimu's back. As strong as ever. I have to be careful using him like that once Soul Slaying stuff comes out, but... We have Bogarus attacking me here. He managed to run his snake over the mountain. I thought I finally had his snake pinned, but I guess not. And then... Anyway, so he kills my 1 PD. And then here, we bump into Bogarus's Doomstack. Just wanted to see what he had here. And we see he has a rather impressive army. Now, we could kill this army with the army we have over there, but I don't want to, because it's going to stretch me too thin. I need to recore, kind of. And the next, finally... Not finally, no. Wait, where? It must be here. I think we skipped it, yeah. Here we have a big battle versus PD. So this is my main army. It's just a bunch of PD. So this is the stuff we're good against. Just normal fucking troops. Got our front lines on attack rear, so we're closing in with the archers. We've got our second lines on fire, so they're shooting javelins at everybody. And it's pretty efficient. People try to run, doesn't work. And we cleared out a very valuable PD, so that's the only good thing that happened this turn. And that was amidst a lot of bad things. But, you know, putting it in context, I think our gym and, you know, we had Eternal Pyre go up, which we are only half owner of. We share this with Pythium, and we've gone ahead and done our first shipment. We're sending him 16 fire gems, and yeah, we'll just keep doing that every turn. He'll send me, we get 20 from Eternal Pyre, but I'm also going to buy 1 lantern a turn for a little bit. So anyway, for events, we got Boots of Water Walking, which is okay. I mean, these are actually pretty horrible, especially for Lemuria. We got Misfortune, and then we got Unrest, so not great. We killed some scouts. Where was the Caelum scout? Imicton. Oh, okay. There are a bunch of scouts over there watching that. Okay, so Timu's back. So Itimu is going to need something. We're going to need to get Itimu. That might work. These guys have shock resistance. The Thunder Whip might not be the best. So anyway, here's the situation. Now, apparently, Agartha lost this fort here, which is bad news, because this is giving Caelum a bigger foothold. It's going to signal to Satis that Agartha is losing this conflict. Now, apparently he killed most of the Caelum chaff, but it was mostly shitty chaff, like corpse constructs. I don't think he got many of the troops. So that's not good. And then Caelum's taking other stuff. How close can Itimu get? I'm not sure the closest to the front line. I think we'll send Itimu here. That way I can kit him up if I need to. So I think what we're going to do is sit here in the pond. Because I'm not very worried about him coming in and attacking, but I do want to have something here. This army could theoretically come and try to jump on my throne or something, but I think that would be pretty bad for him. And me just keeping a big group of guys here is going to basically make him commit troops over here, which is really what I wanted to do. That's really about all I wanted to do. Hopefully Agartha gets this big army over here and kicks some butt. The problems, though, are... And I needed to tell Agartha, but Caelum also did Wailing Winds on me. But Caelum also has Arrowfin. So Caelum's been busy. They've got at least Enchant 6. And they also have... what is it? Evocation 6. So they've got Storm, Thunderstrike. There's a bunch of stuff they can do. And I don't know how far they are in Conjuration. I don't think there's anything that's going to show me that from this. Yeah, they're probably way ahead of... I mean, they're definitely ahead of me in research. They're probably way ahead of me. Though we're doing pretty good for research for Lemuria. The other thing is, these guys are in striking range of this. And so I've done a PD dump here, which I don't normally like doing as Lemuria, but... Well, maybe I have more guys who can make it. If I have more guys who can make it, I might can do less of a PD dump. But I think we're going to at least do 20. That'll save me some money. And we'll send these guys here. And that'll allow me to do something else with cash. We've got 2 months left on this build. So I'm probably going to go ahead and take this guy, send him up here. I'm trying to get my forts upgraded. So we're upgrading this one, and we're upgrading this one, and this one. This one's coming up this turn, and it's not really in check from anybody, so I can actually go ahead and do a temple here. And that will be dandy. The major thing I have to do, because there's a lot... this fort's been broken down. This is the real threat area where I'm going to lose ground. And I don't want to give anybody else a new fort. The major thing I think I have to do is go kick some ass over here. Now... Oh, did I lose a commander? Did I have my commander scripted to retreat like an idiot? Yeah, I did. Well, we're probably going to have to... Okay, so, well, let's look. Let's get you guys off. Let's get you guys off. What's the leadership of these guys? 100? Okay. Well, we're going to move, I think, a lot of troops around to these guys, the slow-moving dudes. We're going to put them over here. Any more slow-moving dudes? No. Now, I think everybody except for this guy is going to be able to make it reasonably far. Yeah. Can we make it even all the way over here? Oh, man, no. Who can... Oh, man, a lot of these guys can. What is keeping other people from making it that far? What's the map move to get over there? 22. So what that means is if we look at the guys who are coming over here, Oh, I think it's because some of them are floating, and the floating type is probably getting a better movement penalty. It's only 20, yeah. So, This army is probably going to attack here. The Forgiving Fathers moved here to protect this. They were here before. Could move here, and from here it's going to be very easy to strike, and he might not expect it. I think it's unlikely that he'll move everybody here, like all these guys. So I could... how many dudes does he have? It's just 2 missionaries and 2 diabolists. I think this is going to be sufficient to take these guys out. And then we can get him back doing logistics work. So yeah. The main, yeah, this is going to be the main push. We're going to move guys here. This is going to give me multiple paths through which I can go get here, even if they do a little bit of raiding. We'll try to catch some guys here, and I might do a bit of PD in addition to whatever, you know, we have. And these guys are on sparse lines. Okay, perfect. God, I really don't like PD with Lemuria. I'm going to save some money. Well, we'll do a couple. A couple is going to maybe save some ghost lives. I don't care about ghost lives, do I? Not that much. Okay. This army is probably going to go on the offensive. The other thing I absolutely need is... I need another... I kind of want to deploy this guy, but I need... Well, I have Waywinkle. And Waywinkle now is able to do all the things we need him to do. Yeah, so I think... Well, Waywinkle is going to be needed for this fight for anti-magic. And he's already site-searched here. We need to site-search here, though. So I think we're going to sneak over. We're going to bring in a shit ton of dudes. He's going to crack this fort. Maybe what I need to do is actually I give this up, but I move these guys here, because this will ensure that I have a bridge to go knock people off this fort. And there's a lot of guys here. 10 missionaries. A bunch of royal navigators, some chart makers. This is a lot of guys, but we'll kill them with rigor mortis and a huge 1,000 stack. And we'll kill them with... This I'm not as scared of as this, and I don't know exactly why. Well, part of it, the higher level priests, Thunderstrike, and I don't think these guys are doing Thunderstrike. Let's see what they're doing. Are they communioning up? Yeah, okay, it's a big communion. Let's take a look at the... Okay, who's a master? $15 slaves. Wow, that's a lot. Does he have gems? I feel like I kind of need to come through here and look at all the masters. We need to look at that spell, too. Make sure we are super familiar with the damage. 12 AP, yeah, that's what I thought. Man, that did a lot more damage than I thought, because it really... If it's doing half of the damage... I mean, if it's only hitting half my armor and I have 20-something armor, then it should only do, like, 3 or 4 damage a hit, but it was doing, like, 8. I guess that's a DRN, but... It could just be from the communion boost. I got an extra 4. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So, yeah. So anyway, we're going to set up here, and this army is going to be fully capable of killing stuff. This guy, ideally... Well, he's not ready. I need solar eclipse. How many turns are we off? Next turn we'll have Alt 4. And then maybe 2 turns after we'll have Alt 5. So I think we're 3 turns away from solar eclipse. Which is fine, I guess. So I think we move Doomstack here. The archers are in a bit of a pickle. They're not going to be able to join. But we have a fair amount of archers here. We have 31. And they're going to go a long way to helping in this coming fight. Now, if I lose this fight on top of this fort, I'm going to be a little buggered. So, yeah. But I think that is about it for this turn, folks. I think that's about it. Here we can research. Let's see how many researchers we got. Oh yeah, we didn't catch the earth snake, as I mentioned. Which is a bit annoying. And I don't have any way to get them through here. So that's also annoying. If he tries to push, and I have this group back on the army, his earth snake could potentially kick him off. I really wish I could figure out a way to get this guy all the way through. What I potentially could do is if I move off and we fight here and this guy joins. Seems a little bit like a pipe dream. I think we kind of recore, and I think we're going to have to let people attack. Raiding's going to be a bit more tricky now, too, because, you know, these guys can attack, and we'll see. I think this is a pretty safe raid, though. And apparently he didn't really have ambitions on taking this water province from me. We don't see any signs of Pythium moving to attack them. But we do see a fair amount of guys over here. I probably should touch base with Pythium and see what's going on. Maybe if I move up here, that'll give me a pretty good vision of what's happening. Just finish doing the turn real quick. At least the first pass at it. Okay, here we've got this guy. I don't think he's going to come try to sit on top of my fort. That would be kind of silly. But I think to fight Caelum, I'm really going to need Foul Vapors. So I really hope that I roll a nature guy. And then potentially... I don't know. I need to basically I'm going to need to get... Okay, you can research iFlight. I've got one there. Yeah, my research I think is going to be 600 this turn. It's power level. It's over 5,000. Can we get you out? Perfect. He can actually escape. Which means these guys technically could escape. But I'm fine sending out this way because we can now go fuck with Atlantis without any worries. So I don't think we'll get trapped. I think we'll do Dispossessed Spirits here. I think I'm going to move a boatload of these guys. Where are you guys going? I think we're going to move just a huge Doomstack underwater to scare the shit out of him. But we're not actually going to do anything. Yeah, that's kind of the plan. Just be really fucking scary. You know what I should do, though? I should take some of these shades and send them underwater. In case he is like a thug. Because shades mess up thugs. Like, he may be like, well, okay, you think you're underwater and you're safe. I hope you like you know, some sort of nasty thug. But Shades have armor negating attacks, so they're going to mess up a lot of thugs. Here, we've got a ton of dudes, so we are going to move these guys to the war front. You also see we have a lot of sacreds. I haven't really talked about these guys. They're pretty rare, but you can see we've actually got quite a few here. We've got 8. I wonder how many we have total. I know we had a few spawn there. You only really get them when you have high dominion. And we certainly have high dominion in a lot of places now, but we don't have a lot of... You can see, God, they're really rare. Here we've got 2. What I'm going to use them for, because they're sacred, and they're undead, obviously, is we're going to use them as Soul Vortex batteries. So I can put them on Guard Commander, and they'll be pretty good for helping with assassins and that sort of thing. But more importantly, they will be able to basically... Yeah, that's all I have, apparently. They're going to be able to basically... I can turn their HP into fatigue regen for a mage. And then they regenerate their HP, so then it's good stuff. Obviously don't have Soul Vortex yet, but we'll just accumulate them. And as our Dominion gets higher and higher, like in Lemuria it's 9. Here it's 9. Do we have a 10? Here it's 10. Here it's 9. So anyway, it'll get up to 10 everywhere reasonably soon. Takes a little bit for the RNG to kind of work its way in there. So yeah, we're going to move this huge doom stack here and just try to scare the shit out of Caelum. And this will hopefully make him consolidate back and slow down his eating of Agartha. But I want to be really careful. I'm not going to do this again without mage support. You can just see, I mean, this is basically the story of the battle. We would have traded okay against these troops, but Wailing Winds and then all his mage support, we kind of got fucked from that. So, you know, ideally I do Heat from Hell, because a lot of it, I think most of his troops, yeah, have the important ones have cold resistance. So I think we'll do Heat from Hell, and then Rigor Mortis. And I think that is going to be it. We've got a ton of guys which I can use for logistics, which is wonderful. That is definitely a problem I'm happy to deal with here. I've got scouts I need to go see what's going on. I've been trying to catch anything in the Gath Arco War, but so far I've been just horribly unsuccessful. Oh, Gath took this? Shit. That means there must have been a big battle. It means Arca's probably starting to fall. Let's move here and see what's on Marignon. Here I've been having this guy here for forever trying to build a lab, but I just never have enough money. So we'll wait on him. You know, here, wait. Okay, he's here. Where are you going? You'll go. We may build... I think we're not building a fort here anytime soon. Let's just accept that. Send him up here. These scouts, I need to get over here, and I want to see... I'm going to need to keep good scouts in the Atlantis area. I know he's got a fort going up on that throne, which I'm perfectly fine with. I mean, it's going to be nice for me if I ever decide to take it. Because I give zero shits about forts. I just walk through the walls. And, yeah, it just saves me from having to put infrastructure on it if it's something I decide I want later. I really should build a lab here when I can. I think we're gonna site search just to get them off my queue. So yeah, that's basically the turn, guys. Didn't even take that long. But we're not doing much. We're just moving in position to kick Marignon off a fort. I'm probably going to need next turn, all these people I have moving around for logistics, I'm probably going to need to take a bunch of ghosts and reinforce this army, because I think fighting this is going to cost us 300 ghosts. That's with dropping rigor mortis, some other stuff. Wait, do I have heat for... I really need... a bracelet. He's gonna move here. I think I'm gonna take some water jet. Fuck, I don't have a lab here, I forgot. I'm trying to get this unrest down. Fortunately, my Dominion hasn't spread to Phlegra yet, but you can see I've got it. There was no Dominion here last turn. There's 2 candles now. Shortly, I'm gonna probably claim this throne. We'll see. Yeah, I think that is about it, my friends. I think that is about it. Itimu, we're moving him south. He's going to get deployed somewhere. I'm not sure. Actually, should move in patrol with him, just in case somebody comes to say hi. But that's so awesome he respawns in 1 turn. That's totally broken. They should make it 3 turns at least. Velik... Yeah, I think our days of solo thugging with consoles into like major mage supported armies, those are over, guys. That's when we get into the Lemuria economics part. We're not even at the soul slave part. There's just too many mages. And then where are we going to send you? Pretty sure the Earth Snake moves up. We'll see. This guy will it be good against Caelum? Maybe. He's not going to die. Well, he might die to the lances. Maybe we just chill out here. Get some apparitions, you know. But anyway, I think that's it, folks. Hopefully we have a cool turn for you next turn that I do better on. Because this one was painful, but... Anyway, we'll see you next time. Take care.